Welcome to another episode of Issues and Insights. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government. And over the past few months, Hardin County Government has tried to have our shows reflect something that's going on during that certain month for each of the last 11 shows that we've done. And this show, we want to focus on what's going on with our local police departments as we come into the holiday season. And, you know, because we don't have a Crime Stoppers show here on HCEC-TV anymore, we don't have much of a venue for our police officers to come in and talk about what's going on, especially this time of year with Shop with the Cop or Christmas for the Kids in Vine Grove, or even Shop with the Trooper with Kentucky State Police. So today we want to talk about some of those things and give you all information on what you can do to either donate or get in touch with these folks to see if there's a possibility of getting on their list. So today I've got Chief Kenny Magley from Vine Grove Police Department, Lieutenant Mike Holman from Radcliffe Police Department, and Chris Denham, our PIO from Elizabethtown Police Department. Guys, welcome to the show today. Glad you all can make it. And I know you all are busy all the time, but this time of year it gets even busier.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Bryce.
I mean, I know that you all got things going on, but you know, Shop with the Cop, as we called it years, you know, for the last several years, is something that the FOPs had pretty much gathered the market on that particular name. And Kenny, I know you all call yours Christmas for the Kids, I believe is what it is. So
yeah, years ago the previous chief had, I guess, not really gone away from Shop with the Cop, but they set up a community event, and we have a chili dinner and a charity auction, so that's how we raise the funds to do the Christmas for the Kids.
And I know that's coming up this month, at the end of this month. When is it?
Yeah, our chili dinner is on Thursday night, November the 29th. It starts at 6 o'clock. And then we provide chili and drinks, and we invite everybody to come out.
Now, is there a cost for the chili and
No,
drinks,
sir,
or that's
free.
what you do to kind of reel
Yes,
everybody
sir.
in for?
Yep. So then after the supper, we have a charity auction, and the community donates items, and businesses will donate items. Then we have auctioneers within the county come in, and it's a good time. We auction off Christmas trees and a lot of Christmas gifts and presents for the whole community.
Yeah, I know it's cost me several times, but Kenny, that'll be at City Hall?
It's at City Hall on Thursday, November the 29th, and it begins at 6 p.m.
And so for y'all that don't know where City Hall is in Vine Grove, if you ever drive through Main Street in Vine Grove, go over the railroad tracks like you're headed toward Meade County, there's a gazebo, if I can get the word right. There's a gazebo right on your left-hand side, and City Hall sits right up behind the gazebo. And so that is a lot of fun for all of y'all that live in that area. Now, Kenny, one of the things that you're always looking for when y'all start that are items to be donated for the auction.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
If you'd like to make a donation to our Christmas with the Kids, we begin taking donations on Monday the 26th at City Hall. And we'll take them all throughout the week.
So you won't take them now?
We'll take them now if you want to.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we were good on that.
Right. And so we rolled the Christmas with the Kids chili dinner into our whole theme of Dickens with the Christmas within the city. Okay. So on Friday the 30th, our downtown merchants, we close off the downtown area. If you attended one of our Saturday or events on Friday nights downtown, all the merchants come out and we close off the streets and they give out gifts and presents. So that will be our Dickens of a Christmas event on Friday night.
Okay. Lieutenant Holman, I know that for years, because you and I have worked together on Shop with the Cop in Radcliffe, I know a lot of that is based on donations, much like Kenny's, but you all are mostly looking at monetary donations, because one of the things you used to do was have points on different roads where y'all collected money, and now that's not able to do that anymore. So
right.
It hurts the donations.
It does. We also have a holiday dinner that's coming up next week on the 10th of November, and it starts at 6 o'clock. It's at Colvin Community Center, and we rely heavily on donations for Shop with the Cop. That's pretty much how we operate the Shop with the Cop program.
And so, if anybody wanted to donate for Radcliffe Shop with the Cop, who would they call?
They could call the police department and leave a message for me, and I'd recontact them, or they can contact the Fraternal Order Police Lodge and that phone number is 270-351-5149.
That's the lodge
That's
number?
the lodge number. It's at 168 East Vine Street in Radcliffe.
And the number that you would call at Radcliffe Police Department would be 270-351-4470.
Correct, yes.
And I know that you work in the evening, so folks, you can dial that number 24 hours a day and somebody will answer it and can direct you to the right person, or even get a message
If
to
I'm not
you.
there, just leave a voicemail for me and I will recontact them the next business day,
Okay.
the next day.
And I know in the past, Mike, you've even gone out and picked up a check from the residents or money from the residents if they wanted to do that.
Right, we'd be glad to come to their house and pick it up, or wherever.
So let me ask you this. Are you all also taking donations for your auction that
Yes,
you're
we
going to
are.
have on the 10th of November?
Yes, we are.
And so they can contact those same numbers again. And folks, we'll put those numbers down at the bottom of your screen so that you all can see those. And 270-351-4470 for Radcliffe Police Department, and the lodge's number is?
It's 351-5149. It's probably better to try to contact me at the police department.
Okay.
I know somebody will answer that phone. So-
Absolutely. Maybe 24 hours a day, even 7 days a week
Right,
could be. Yeah.
right.
Chris, I know that we've worked together as well, you know, in years past, and you all have a huge turnout for Shop with a Cop.
We do. We're typically able to help a couple hundred kids with have a good Christmas with our program, and much like Holman's, it's sponsored by our Fraternal Order Police Lodge 40. If folks want to donate, I mean, we rely heavily on donations for that. If they want to donate, they can contact me at the police department at 270-765-4125. And again, I'm more than happy to come out to their place of business or their home and pick up their donation.
And Chris, let's repeat that number again. And folks, we'll put this number down at the bottom of the screen as well.
It's 270-765-4125.
And Chris, I know sometimes people just contact you by email.
And I do have an email address. It's Chris, CHRIS.Denham, spelled DENHAM, at ElizabethtownKY.gov. And either of those ways will be able to reach me.
Okay. And folks, again, we'll put Chris's email address down there so that you all can see that and get it down if you're wanting to make a monetary donation. And Chris, we were laughing about this earlier. Big Josh comes around and collects a lot of money for Elizabethtown.
I don't know the percentage, but Josh, I would say, probably is involved with collecting the vast majority. I would go as far as to say the vast majority of the funds raised for our lodge.
And I don't want that to downplay anybody else
No,
from the
no.
lodge. That I just know Josh is very vocal and very upfront about collecting.
He has quite a presence alone.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell him no when this huge bulk of a man is saying, "You want to give to the lodge for Christmas?"
I wouldn't tell him no.
Yeah. So I mean, you all, it might before Josh comes to see you, want to get a hold of Chris. He's a lot nicer person sometimes to talk with. No, I'm just
Sometimes.
kidding. We're just kidding, Josh. So, do you all anything like Vine Grove and Radcliffe? Do you all have any?
We
kind
don't have any type
auction?
of benefit auction or anything of that nature at this time.
Do you do anything throughout the year to raise funds, or is it truly from your?
It's solely from donations from businesses as well as individuals.
Awesome.
We're very successful again with Josh the Enforcer, we'll call him.
and you do get it from a lot of businesses
We do
as well.
This is a very generous community. I mean, we're so fortunate to live here, and it's a wonderful program where we're just fortunate to be able to facilitate their giving.
Well, and one thing we've got to speak up since he's not here, we've got to talk on his behalf. And Scotty is unable to be here from Kentucky State Police, and they had several things going on. And believe it or not, Captain Johnson doesn't like to be on TV, so we'll make fun of Matt just a little bit, but because he's such a good person. Matt Johnson is our captain at State Police 4, and he is a super person to work with. All of our agencies can say that Matt Johnson is a stand-up person, but we hate that they were unable to be with us today, but we do want to give a plug for the Christmas that Kentucky State Police do, and they gather names from all over our community, but they cover Post 4 covers several counties, so they're not just gathering names from Hardin County, they're gathering names from all over. So if you would like to get a hold of Kentucky State Police to make sure that you're able to make a donation to them. We'll put Kentucky State Police Post 4's number down at the bottom of your screen so that you can see that and you can call them. Scotty will be your best contact for that, or Captain Matt Johnson. Either one of them would be able to help you in order to get you hooked up with who you need to donate to. Kenny, I know in years past, you've had some items that have gone for outrageous amounts.
Yes, sir. We have some local residents that bake cakes. There's quite a variety of cakes that have sold for in the thousands of dollars range.
Yeah, in fact, there's one that sells, if I remember right, there's one that sells every year for over $1,000.
Yes, actually last year I think it went for $2,500.
And was that Miss Hardin's
Miss Hardin's cake, yes, sir.
Yeah, and you know, I gained 20 pounds just looking at it. She makes marvelous. Out to Hardin always has been a person that does lots of things for the community.
Of course, a lot of people in the community know the mayor's mother from the hospital, and her pecan pies are world famous.
Right. And then, not to put anybody down, but the mayor's wife, Cindy, makes some awesome chocolate-covered brittle that cost me quite a bit of money last year.
Every year.
So, you know, and it is amazing, folks. You all will have a great time if you came out to this. It's open. You don't have to be a resident of
Anybody's
Vine Grove
welcome
to come. You know, I grew up in Vine Grove. I don't live in Vine Grove right now, but I mean, it is a great place to go and spend some time that evening.
And get some free food.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to our Deputy Judge Executive, Daniel London, this morning. He's coming, so that he said he'd never been before and he wanted to come to that.
Good.
So, again, Kenny, we didn't get your phone numbers, so that if anybody out there is wanting to make a donation, either to Christmas for the Kids monetarily, or they want to donate an item, one of the businesses out there or residents want to donate an item for the auction, how do they do that?
They can either drop it off at City Hall at 300 West Main Street, or they can contact us at 270-877-2422, and we can send somebody out to pick it up.
And folks, we'll put that number down at the bottom of your screen. Kenny, again, do you all, if you want to put your email out there for anybody to contact you?
Yeah, they can contact me directly at vgpdchief@gmail.com, and I'll respond to that, and then I can make arrangements to pick up whatever it is.
And folks, again, I know I've said this several times, but it's easier if we put things down at the bottom of the screen, because we talk and go right on with the show, and so I want to make sure that you see that and it's down at the screen where you can pick it up and write it down, because you know, this is a great time of year, and the reason I think that we all do this and have participated in it so many years is all of us have been so blessed, and there's other folks in our area that Henry White, I quote him all the time. He said it the best. He said, people don't need a handout, they need a hand up sometimes. And so Christmas is one of those times when you see people open up a little bit
and
more.
if if folks could just see these kids, their face, how it lights up when they're walking through the store and they're getting a new pair of pants, some new pairs of pants, and a new pair of shoes, and then they get, at the end of it, they get a small percentage of their allotted amount of money they get to purchase a toy with. And if you could see those kids, their face, it's truly a magical experience.
Absolutely.
It's heartwarming.
And you know, for a lot of years, Walmart gave us some money so that we could come and do that. And Walmart's been very good to all three agencies, whether it's Radcliffe Walmart or Elizabethtown Walmart, where you do a lot of the shopping for Shop with a Cop.
They're a huge help. I mean, it's a huge partnership. They order additional clothing items like coats, for example. They have dedicated lanes just for the Shop with the Cop program, and it really speeds up, it expedites the process so we can get all of the kids through in a timely manner, and they're a huge help. And again, without them, this would not be possible. So we're very appreciative.
I agree totally.
Yeah, Mike.
We rely heavily on Walmart. That's where we do our Shop with a Cop at. Totally. There's no other place that we go. So.
And Kenny, I'd say, I know we've got lanes right together. In the years past, sometimes people would get a little mixed up, Vine Grove or Radcliffe, or we'd say, hey, we had one extra person show up. Anybody got any extra money that either one, and we've worked together to do that in the past. So, and that's what the spirit of Christmas is all about.
You know, and just to add, as far as for us to pick the funds up, if you see one of our officers out and you want to donate to our Shop with a Cop, you can, just reach out to that officer that you see on the street. He might be on a call at your house, or he could be at a restaurant. Reach out to him, and if you want to make a donation, he can forward that to the FOP president is Ryan Slayball, and many people obviously know Ryan. He's been around here a long time, but all the officers can get those funds to him.
And if somebody was writing a check, sometimes people don't know until we tell them on the show. Who would they write the check out for?
FOP Lodge number 40.
Okay.
And then in the memo line, you can put shop with a cop.
Okay. And Mike?
FOP Lodge number 39.
Okay.
And same thing on the memo line.
Okay.
Ours will be Christmas for the kids.
Okay. And so all that's available for them to do that. One of the things that people are going to ask when they see this show is, how do we get on your list? How do we get a hold of you? Because it's been a lean year. How do I get with you? Chris, I'm going to start with you this
So
time.
for us, we rely heavily on the school guidance counselors and the resource centers within the school system. And I mean, they're the ones, boots on the ground every day, interacting with the kids, interacting with the families, and they see firsthand who's really in need. And they provide that, we tell them how many kids we're able to assist, and they select the kids.
And I know with you've got a little bit different story, because you've got E-Town city schools and you've got Hardin County schools, both in the city of Elizabethtown. So
we do, and we help both school systems.
Awesome, very cool. Mike, I used to do this in the past, but I don't know how y'all are doing it now. How are you all getting your names? And so
Our names come from the Hardin County School District. They compile. We tell them how many. We project how many we will be able to help each year, and they give us a list assigning those students or children.
And Mike, I want to go back, and it's not to say anything bad at all. I don't want people that are watching this show to think bad about this at all. But you all have had a rough year in raising funds, and one of the reasons we wanted to do this show today is to help all four shop with a cop, so to speak. Because we don't want to leave Kentucky State Police out just because they're not here. I don't want you all to not think that they don't care. They just it has been a very rough week for them, and they've had a lot going on. So I don't want people to put state police out. So it's been a rough year for you all on raising funds.
It's been a little tougher than usual. It has, and we're hoping that there's a late surge and we came out okay.
And folks, I don't want y'all to think that you have to live in one of the specific cities to say that you can donate to one of these agencies. Heck, you can donate to all four agencies if you want to. That would tickle them to no end. But we don't want people to think just because it's a city of Radcliffe or a city of E-Town or city of Vine Grove or in the county that you have to give to a specific agency. You give to whoever you want to, but go ahead, Chris.
And something else to bring up, it doesn't have to be a $50 donation. If you want to donate $1, if over 100 times, that's $100, and $100 goes a long way to help make these kids Christmas. So there is no minimum amount that you have to contribute. We welcome any donation that someone's generous enough to give.
And I guess one of the biggest donations that I ever got was a small child that came into my office one day and had collected coins all through the season and brought them in to give for Shop with a Cop, And if that doesn't make you tear up, nothing will, because of caring about others.
Fact.
So,
it's a fact.
Mike, I know that you all would be glad to come out and do what you could to raise funds. I know that folks from the FOP may be coming around to some of your all's businesses and asking for a donation. And we know that the economy is tight with different things, and it may be that you can only give a small amount, but everything adds up. And I think, Chris, that's what you were saying. So,
absolutely.
And just to let the folks know that with the way things have gotten, whenever we come to your business, we'll have a letter from our lodge on letterhead so you'll know that we're from the Radcliffe FOP Lodge 39.
And I think it's important to discuss that. You hate to be a downer with such a great program, but that's the reality of it is, and especially this time of year, you start getting phone calls from organizations claiming to be the Fraternal Order of Police. I just want to remind folks, no legitimate law enforcement organization will contact you by phone soliciting funds by phone. It won't happen. And it doesn't have to be just Shop with a Cop related. It could be for bail money or for fines or any of the above, a legitimate law enforcement organization will not reach out to anyone by phone soliciting money.
And Kenny, I think that's important that Chris brings that up, because if you all do get something like that, you're wanting folks to report those kind of things
Absolutely.
to you all so that you can investigate, correct?
Yes, any information like that we'll definitely thoroughly look into.
Because that's scamming. I mean,
It is.
and Chris, you and I have had a show on scams, scam artists. So they are out there preying on those folks. If somebody gets a call where it's questionable, get
Pick
a
up
number.
the phone and call. Pick up the phone and call one of us, and
Yeah.
we'd be glad to. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But if you need a second opinion on it, call one of us. All three of us would be glad to talk with you about it.
Absolutely. And, with this, Kenny, I know that you talked about Dickens of a Christmas going on, and that's happening December the 30th.
Yes, again, we have our merchants downtown will close the streets on Friday night the 30th from 5:30 to 7:30. We have carriage rides, caroling, snacks, beverages, and then, of course, on Saturday, December the 1st, we have our breakfast with Mrs. Claus at the Vine Grove Elementary School.
Kenny, will you be singing?
I will not.
You will not.
I
want to get the word out so people will come.
I might, but
He's taking a year off.
Bryce will be singing.
And one of the important things to note about that is the street will be shut down starting on November the 30th. About what time?
5:30.
And that's Main Street that comes through the downtown Vine Grove area. Chris, to touch on this, I know it takes us a little bit away from what we've been talking about with this show, but you all are going to have a Christmas parade. And
Forgive me, Bryce. I don't know the date of it.
If you will pull up on Elizabethtown City's website, it'll show you when the Christmas parade starts, or call Sarah Vaughn, and she will be able to tell you and give you information for that. But the reason we're bringing it up is the streets will be shut down on that particular day, so you need to go to the website and look and see when that is, not only to attend it, but to know if you're going to be driving that day, you may want to take some alternate routes.
And you can like us if you follow the Lewistown Police Department on Facebook.
I like you.
You like me? I appreciate that, Bryce. Likewise. But if you follow us on Facebook, we will make that announcement. Our city calendar is pretty stacked. It's tough to keep all those dates all in your head in chronological order, but we will post that on our Facebook page as well as time gets closer.
Absolutely. Mike, talking through Christmas, there's certain things that we want to watch out for holiday safety too. And while I've got all three of you here, I want to talk about that real quick for our a little bit of time that we got left. Criminals prey on people during the holiday season. Give us some things that you might look at for people to keep themselves safe.
Biggest thing, I won't say the biggest thing, but package delivery at your house. If you've got packages coming to your house, prepare for that. That's a growing trend in
fact, somebody
activity.
sitting here was on the national news
Yes,
for
he
a
was.
package delivered at their
Sorry,
house.
I stole your thunder, Chief.
Okay.
If you're out shopping and if you're a lady and you have a purse, take it in with you. If they see a purse in the vehicle, there's a likelihood they could break your window out and take your purse.
Okay.
Coming out from stores, especially in the evening time, you want to be conscious of or aware of your surroundings, and that's anybody. Just because it is, that it happens.
Sure.
And talking about not just thefts, but any crime for that matter. I refer to what we call the crime triangle. The opportunity, the ability, and the desire. You cannot do anything about someone's ability to commit a crime. You can't do anything about their desire to commit a crime. But what you can do is limit their opportunity. And just being aware is key to preventing yourself from falling victim to a crime.
And Chris, people want to show off their Christmas tree. They'll open up their windows so everybody that's driving by can see their Christmas tree. But if you open up your windows like that, the bad guys can see the packages underneath the tree and so on. And one other thing we used to talk about, Kenny, is after Christmas, take all your boxes, all the stuff that you got, buy some plastic bags, garbage bags that you can't see through. Now it's leaf season. You can get the big ones at all the big box stores.
Certainly.
And break your boxes down, take them and recycle them or whatever, but don't set them at the road, because then everybody knows what you got for Christmas.
And you're advertising you got a big screen TV or
Yeah.
electronics or video cameras or anything like.
Exactly. And so,
Or dog food.
or dog food. Yeah. Not that that's happened to anybody. You're right, Chris. Don't make that opportunity open for somebody to make us an easy target.
And when you're out shopping, lock your doors in your car. Not to say that a window doesn't get knocked out from time to time of a car, because if you see an object in plain view, then someone may decide to break the window out and try to steal it. But if you'll keep your doors locked, that prevents a lot of thefts from motor vehicles.
And if you go out shopping, put your packages in the trunk, not
Absolutely.
in the car where people can see them as they're walking out. Parking lots are going to be full.
Don't leave keys in your car in a parking lot. It kind of goes without saying, but a lot of people still do that. They feel that safe. While this is a very safe community, it's just the reality in the world we live in.
Exactly.
You have to put up some safeguards to protect yourself.
Guys, thank you all. I knew our time would go by fast when we have this many folks up here, but Chris Denham, E-Town Police Department, give us the number one more time if they want to contact for Shop the Cop.
It's 270-765-4125. And I must say one more thing. I think it's important that we point out how nice Bryce's hair looks today.
Yeah, because we were worried about the light shining on 3 heads here. Mine's just white. Mike Holman, number for Shop with the Cop.
270-351-4470.
And Kenny Mattingly.
270-877-2422.
And that's Vine Grove Police Department. And then Kentucky State Police, if you'll Google their number or look it up, and I apologize to y'all for not having it right here, but Post 4 will be glad to come out, pick up a check or drop it off at Post 4. Call for Scott, either PIO at Post 4 or Captain Matt Johnson, and they'll be glad to help you out and point you in the right direction, because we don't want to leave them out as well. So thank you all for what you do. KSP, thank you for what you do. And we appreciate all your all's help during the holiday season.
Thank you, Bryce.
Thanks for having us.
Stay tuned to Hardin County Educational and Community TV as we keep you informed on what's going on through this great community that we call Hardin County. And we'll keep you up to date on trying to figure out what's going on during the holidays, and more importantly, what's going on in your students' life in the Hardin County school system. I'm Bryce Shoemate from Hardin County Government. Thanks for joining us, and remember, have a wonderful holiday season.